Welcome to the Whispering Soul, where we explore the rhythms of nature, the movement of the cosmos, and the quiet unfolding of who we are becoming. My name is Nancy Vellante, certified wellness coach and astrologer, and today I wanted to talk about Uranus moving into Gemini on April 26th. And Uranus has been in Taurus for the last 7 or 8 years. And that has really taken us on a journey that I want to talk about, and bringing those two signatures together as one transitions into the next, weaving together what we've learned, what we've experienced, and what we have ahead of us. So we don't leave behind what we've learned or the past, right? We bring it with us into the present, and then that can carry into the future. So for the last 8 years, as I've said, we've been in a very different kind of energy. Uranus and Taurus has been grounding us in many ways, although it is hard to ground in Uranus, but in the body, into the earth, into our sense of stability, self-worth, and what actually matters. This whole signature is ruled by Venus, which is about that stability. Which is about the self-worth. Big time. Also, financial matters, pleasure, artistic endeavors, and relationships. So this wasn't light work. It was about how we take care of ourselves, how we relate, again, to money, resources, and the physical world, Venus and Taurus, and how we build something real. Because Uranus is, in all its awakening and breakthroughs and disruption, is looking for the truth, looking what is real and authentic. And for a lot of us, that came through wake-up calls, through disruption, breakthroughs, sometimes even crisis. But all of it was asking the same thing. What do we truly value? And how you are living in alignment with all that. It's a constant process. But now we're shifting. Again, on April 26th, Saturday, or wherever you are in the world, Uranus moves into Gemini. Whenever an outer planet moves into another signature, it's a big deal. It's a big energy shift. We will feel that transition on all levels, mind, body, and soul. So in Gemini, everything begins to change direction. We're moving from earth into air, from embodiment into the mind, from building into connecting. The next chapter is about communication, about ideas, about community, about how we show up in our voice, the way we think, and how we share these thoughts with the world. Because this signature is now ruled by Mercury, the communicator, how we process. But here's the key. As I said before, of past, present, and future, we're not leaving Taurus behind. And I think it's really good to keep bringing these themes up because it's such a big shift. We're bringing Taurus with us. All that grounding in whatever way that we did individually and collectively, it's a hard road. All that awareness about value and self-worth that we need right now more than ever, that becomes the foundation for how we speak, how we create, how we connect moving forward now in this new energy, in this new frequency, in the new cycle. Uranus and Taurus, or any planet in a sign, is a mix of the higher version and the lower version of that signature's consciousness or unconsciousness. In this case, Uranus and Taurus was about growth, but yet resistance. Taurus is stubborn. Clarity and confusion. Uranus can cause confusion through chaos. Breaking down and rebuilding, disruption. But they shape something deeper, a more conscious relationship to life, to the body, and to the earth itself. And now we expand that into how we relate to each other. Gemini is different. It's mutable, which means it's adaptable, it's more flexible, it moves through what is being asked. It adapts. It's also curious, social, constantly learning on all levels. This is communication with every form, speaking, writing, listening, collaborating. Listening is so important for Gemini because Gemini can go this way and that way and become a little ungrounded and a little unfocused. So listening will be a big value system that we need to bring into our life the next 8 years. It's also about technology, networks, social media platforms. They will be changing, growing. Information will start to move very fast. And with Uranus here, the energy gets amplified, expanded. Over the next 7 to 8 years, we're going to see major shifts in how we connect, how we share ideas, and how communities form. This is where new voices will emerge, new ways of thinking, new ways of bringing people together. It's exciting. It's both personal and collective, always. Now let's talk about the deeper layer here. Again, and I'm being a little bit redundant or saying things over again because we are dealing with the energy of Uranus, Taurus, and Gemini. So I want to make I want to make sure everything is very clear. So Taurus again is ruled by Venus, which is about love, value, relationships, harmony. Gemini ruled by Mercury, 2 personal planets. The mind, communication, perception. So in this transition, we're shifting from Venus into Mercury energy, from feeling and valuing into thinking and expressing. And this weekend coming up is a threshold. Venus reminds us not to lose ourselves. Venus enters Taurus on April 23rd, just before this shift happens with Uranus. I think it's very important. Venus will enter Taurus on the 23rd and meet up with Uranus and Taurus at 29 degrees, the anaretic degree, the degree of a threshold, of a door closing on a cycle, asking us, what do we need? What can we do? So it doesn't turn into crisis, and it can, and that's okay. Or it turns into something urgent. Just be aware of that in the body this week. So that connection, again, is a conjunction where the 2 energies are going to blend in their last meeting time. They won't meet like that in that conjunction for the next 80 years. Wow, this is what I love about astrology. Cycles, rhythms, closings, beginnings. So even as things begin to speed up, there's a grounding energy still asking us to stay connected to our worth, our values, and what actually matters. So important right there. Because things will speed. I keep on saying things over and over again in this podcast for a reason. Mentally, socially, energetically. And the question becomes, how do we stay centered in this energy, in this new frequency? Because it's going to be new for us, individually, collectively. It's not about slowing everything down externally. It's about slowing down internally. Now, remember, Gemini is the sign of the twins. It's a sign of duality. So yes, we are going to have to work externally, internally, loud, quiet. We'll have those dualities that are going to come up and ask us questions. And that comes first and foremost, listening to yourself, aligning with your mind, body, and soul, taking care of your nervous system. Then through that, choosing how you will communicate, how you will respond to any situation or choice, how you engage with others, with the earth, with self. Gemini has a vision, very much so, ruled by Mercury. It can see connections, patterns, possibilities. It can create across many spaces. That's the beauty of Gemini, multi-dimensional. But without grounding, Gemini gets scattered. I don't know what to do. Oh, very indecisive. I don't know what decision to make. So be careful and aware of that. We will feel it. We have to. But we can come back into alignment, into the higher purpose and consciousness of Uranus and Gemini by itself. So the work here is focus, clarity, intentional communication, not just speaking, but understanding. Not just reacting, but connecting. And this is where everything from our Uranus and Taurus comes back into asking, seeing, reclaiming. Because now we're being asked to take what we've learned and express it. Always through the body, because that's what we have here. To bring it into conversation, into the community, into shared experienced, lived experienced. This is the evolution of where we're heading. And evolution can be messy, right? That's what growth is. It's how we align with it, how we digest. And in this case, how we communicate. Through awareness, we will bring that awareness into thought now, because Gemini is air, into communication, and it will be expanded through Uranus. And finally, again, into embodiment, reclaiming our voice, our expression, our connection. And when that's aligned, this isn't chaotic energy. It's creative. It's connective. It's transformative. It's how we begin to improve not just our own lives, but how we live together. Smaller communities to the global communities. This is what's being asked. This is the journey. Doesn't happen, as I say, it happens. It doesn't happen all at once. It happens one step at a time. It's a process. So here are the questions I want to leave you with today. These are questions that are going to develop over the next few years in this transit of Uranus in Gemini. Who will you be in the next information age? What will you say with your voice, your writing, your presence? How is truth being rebuilt around you, Uranus, as that falls away or it gets a form of disruption or destruction, but it builds in a more expanded, truthful, authentic way? Because the answers to these questions will shape the next 7 to 8 years of your life. And that's exciting. It's something new that we're moving towards. But don't forget to weave in what you've been through, because that is the learning, the embodiment that will help you align to this new frequency of energy, air from Earth. So with that, have a really great rest of the week. Come back to this podcast if you're feeling your nervous system a little on edge. Again, I've repeated myself in the podcast in different ways in order to really bring this into alignment for you today or tonight, wherever you are in the world. So again, have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.